Domenico101MMA.com.
This is Steve Domenico on Domenico 101 MMA, and today we have Dan Dubuque, and he's fighting on CES 39 this coming Friday, which is 5 days away. And we have Dan on the show today, and he's going to talk to us a little bit about his fight with Max Barrett, who's 3-0, and see how he is going into this fight, and hear about his training leading up to it. So Dan, how you doing? Welcome to the show. Thanks for talking. Thanks for coming on.
I'm feeling good. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. All right. So how you feeling? You're fighting an undefeated fighter coming in. It's a big show. The first time I think they're fighting in Plymouth, Mass, at Plymouth Memorial Hall. So how you feeling going into this fight against Max?
Feeling real good. I fought there a bunch of times before. As an amateur, I fought all guys with winning records, a few undefeated. I fought Manny Bermuda out there. I feel good. I feel he's a good fighter. His game's good. He's a good coach. Pushes the man over there a little bit. But, I feel good.
Good. You're featherweight 145. You're 3-1 right now as a pro. Max is 3-0. You have one more fight in experience. I've watched a couple of your fights on YouTube, and you're a pretty good grinder. When you get someone control on the floor, that seems like once you get them on the ground, that you control them and you set the pace from there. So, what's your background in your training in MMA? What would you start out as fighting?
I started out wrestling with girls and on the schoolyards of the hard streets of the Catholic schools in Waterbury, Connecticut, and that's how I got into the ground stuff.
Yeah, well, a lot of wrestling as a kid in the playgrounds, yeah, of course. Now, what made you think? What time in your life did you figure, all right, maybe I should start training and maybe think about doing this as a career or adding it into your training regimen?
I'm just super competitive. I played all kinds of sports growing up, and I just need that competition. So I got into fighting, and I got addicted to it. Nice.
Now, have you fought for CES in the past, or I think you fought for what, Cage Titans maybe, and what other organizations have you fought for besides this Friday night at CES?
I've never fought for CES. I fought for Cage Titans several times, Reality, Victory MMA, Friday Night Fights, Muay Thai in New York. I fought out in Arizona, Muay Thai, as an amateur. So I fought in a few different organizations.
That's great.
I'm looking forward to CES.
Yeah. Now, how'd you get in touch with them? Do they come see you? You see them? How do you go about getting on CES card for the first time? Because they're pretty popular, and they're ahead of a lot of other organizations in the New England area as far as bringing talent. A lot of them head to the UFC, World Series of Fighting, Bellator. So they bring up a good group of fighters, men and women, that are competing all over the world now. How did you get associated with them, since you've been in all these a lot of organizations and you're a veteran at this sport? How'd you get in touch with CES, and how'd that come about?
Basically through I'm a veteran, kind of more than average amateur fights, if you consider my Muay Thai fights too. But I'm not anywhere near where I see myself in the future or want to be, so I don't consider myself a veteran yet. I'm definitely just getting started in this sport. But Cage Titans and CES are doing enough, and really got me on it because he's familiar with me fighting for him a bunch of times, and Max's opponent actually dropped out. I've been trying to get a fight for a few weeks, and I just got fortunate enough to have Max's opponent drop out.
Well, that's great. That's a pretty good confidence booster, seeing that for a short notice fight, or Max's guy dropped out. I think he had two opponents drop out, I think, but to come and see you for this opportunity, you must feel like a great motivator to put on a great show this Friday night.
Yeah, definitely. It feels really great to feel to have been left off of every card in the last 2 months, and to have to two late last few week options. So I guess I'm not always the most exciting with the decisions, but I don't really. I keep a decent pace. I like to keep it standing. I'm comfortable on the ground, but I guess, but the decision factors, is an issue. People want to see finishes, and I haven't gotten any yet. So I don't know if that's why I got left off for all these big cards, but I really didn't have a match, but so I'm also happy to.
Yeah, a lot of that comes down to fighters not wanting to face a grinder. I mean, some of them want to back out of that kind of fight because they have a lot to lose. I mean, you're coming in there and you're going to just grind them. So you may look like to fans you're not doing much, but you're keeping these same guys from not implementing their game. So you're really shutting them down, which I've seen a couple of your fights. That you're pretty good, you're damn good at stuff and takedowns, and you're pretty damn good on your feet with the Muay Thai and the clinch and elbow work. So you're a complete fighter. So the fans they'll adapt. They'll start seeing the more you get out there, and the more you take over these real high-ranked fighters coming in, and taking a short notice fight and having a good showing is your way out there. So, congratulations on getting that fight. Now, as far as Max, do you know anything about Max? Like, you've seen him in the past? Because you guys, a lot of New England fighters, they travel through, the same kind of organizations. Do you know anything about Max, or have you met him or anything like that?
I've fought on the same cards a couple times, and I've seen him around, when my teammates have fought up there, maybe his teammates have fought up there before, but I've never met him, and I don't know too much about him. Seen a couple fights. He's a good tough kid. I always have a lot of respect for any opponent stepping in there with me. I've never had issues, with hatred towards any opponent before, during, or after a fight. So that's just not my style. I just love to fight. Period. So I respect the guy going in there, and I guess I'm somewhat well-rounded, but like I said, I'm not anywhere near where I want to be someday. So I don't consider myself to be good at anything right now.
That's
I'm just a work in progress.
Yeah, great attitude. You keep you have goals, and you keep when you get to them, you probably put them extend them even more, which is a great attitude. And how old are you, Dan? By the way,
I'm 30.
All right, so you're still you got a few years before or a couple of years before you're right in the thick of of that prime time. But the way fighters are going now, you could fight up to 45 nowadays with the way the sport's progressing, and the safety all involved. The sports is evolving into like a big mainstream sport. So the commissions and everyone's going to take care of it eventually, like they are now, but in baby steps. And down the line, you guys are going to be able, guys and girls are going to be able to fight long into their careers, which is great, and a great attitude from you. You're learning every day. Now, I want to talk a little bit about your camp. You fight out of the cage in Connecticut. What is your training regimen like that? Do you do everything at that camp as far as your jiu-jitsu training, your MMA? Do you go to strength and conditioning coach? Like what's involved in that area that you train right there?
I got Rob Cipriano's my Muay Thai coach. Boxing, I go Uncle George Lawler, and my jiu-jitsu, Danilo Sherman. They're all right at the cage. And my strength and conditioning coach is Dan in Dubuque. He's pretty great. I got a lot of things going for me now. Like press secretaries and all that, handling this big workload CES is putting on me, and just having a full team. But yeah, no, everything's done at the cage pretty much. We got a lot of good guys up there. Carlos Correa's fighting on Bellator that same night. Chris Foster's fighting on Bellator the same night. Addison O'Neill just won a fight at PFC last week in about a minute. So yeah, we got a lot of, we got everything we need up there.
Nice. You got all aspects of the game to work on. That's awesome. And you're climbing up with these guys. And like you said, CES that's the next step to getting to these guys. So you're in a good place right now. CES is definitely one of those leaders in the New England area, and these big organizations coming into our area, they're picking off. They're picking off our list of fighters, and that's a great thing. You guys are molding correctly. You guys got great people around you, making New England shine with the fighting community. New fans coming in, so great for you, Dan. I can't wait. I'll be at CES. I can't wait to see this fight go down. It's going to be what? Do you know where you are in the lineup? Are you on the undercard? Are you on the main card? Do you know about when you're going to be fighting?
I'm on the main card, so on the TV portion of it, but I don't know when. Not sure yet. I haven't gotten that information.
That's all right. I'll have that information out before the fight, and that's great. You're on the main card. You're actually going to be on Access TV, which gets a lot of. That's awesome coming into a short notice fight for you, and you're going to be in the spotlight. So that's great for you. How are you feeling about that? I'm sure you've fought on a big spot like that, but how you feel fighting for CES and Access TV, which is a big network, and they're building and getting more organizations aboard, and they're starting to evolve also with the MMA. How do you feel, and how does your family, friends feel about seeing you on a big network like that come Friday night?
Yeah, everybody's pretty pumped about it. Obviously, it's a cool step, and what I hope is the first of many televised fights. But it's pretty exciting. I've kind of stayed under the radar my whole career. I kind of like that better, to be honest. But there's a little buzz now, and there's a little bit of I guess it's kind of exciting and cool too. But
exactly,
I'm kind of a little lower key than most of these fighters out there. Everyone's kind of, I'm the best, I'm the biggest. Here I come. I'm going to be the champion. This and that. I don't really get involved in all this talk and stuff, so I try to stay just low key.
There's a huge place for you in MMA, just doing what you're doing. There's both sides. You got your talkers, and then you got the guy that's at talk. They're like you, a little laid back, but they show it in the cage or the mat or the ring. So you do your talking in there. That's fine. You know what I mean? And a lot of people respect that more because you go in and do your business. You're respectful to other, your opponents, which just makes it great for the MMA world and new people coming to see this, because it's not all showboat. They don't want to see all this garbage all the time. Not that it's garbage, but it's nice to see like a very sportsmanship-like fight where the fighters really respect each other and there's not so much trash talking, and they basically do it in the fight together. So I love both sides, and this is a great side. And I wish you well, Dan. I'm going to be out there. And any predictions about this fight? Do you have a game plan, or you just go in there and you do your own thing every fight? You just go in there and stick to your plan and let them adapt to you. How do you go about getting into that cage, and what's your game plans like?
I really don't, and I just go in there and I fight and be ready for everything. Particularly for this fight, I haven't been training too much, but I've been working a ton on my jiu-jitsu on that beat. So I'm just, I'm hoping that I could showcase that after the win.
Nice, my friend. Well, I'm going to be there. I'll interview you after the fight. Good luck to you and good luck to Max. And it's going to be a great fight for New England at CES 39. Chuck Cold Steel O'Neill's fighting. He's headlining, I do believe, and he's a great character, and he's a great fighter to be the headliner of a show like this. So Dan, thanks for coming on, and I wish you well, and I'll see you at the fight, and thanks, nothing but class, and good luck in your future, and I'll definitely see you down the line, and more fights to come. And everyone out there, Dan will be on Access TV. He'll be fighting on the main card. I'll have them times for you, so we'll all get to see Dan shine on the big spotlight. So Dan, thanks for coming on the show, and we'll definitely see you again.
All right, thank you. Thanks for all the work you put in and everything you're doing, and I appreciate your time.
All right, buddy. You guys make it worth it for me. Like just watching you guys do what you do, and guys and girls, exciting. And thanks, man. Thanks for letting me into your world and let me show the fans a little, the inside look of you guys. Okay, so you have a great night, buddy. 5 days to go. Train safe. Relax, and then get in there and get it. Okay, my friend.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, brother. You have a great night. I'll talk to you later.
You too.
All right, take care. That was Dan Dubuque, who fights out of the cage in Connecticut. He's fighting on CES 39 this weekend, Friday night, in Plymouth Memorial Hall. He'll be fighting Max Barrett, who's 3-0. He's on the rise. He's undefeated. He has something to prove also. They will be on the main card, so I'll have a lot of footage here and there for you, interviews. So stick around, and you'll see more of our local fighters here on Domenico 101 MMA. So thank you very much for